This is a Rutherford Vale podcast with New World Board of Directors in London. Guys, congratulations. A 1-year-old on AIM. How does that feel?
We're very happy. We couldn't be more pleased. We're up twice share price from our admission date. We're over 4.5 times the market capitalization we were when we listed, after placing £14.5 million of equity in 2 separate placings after the listing. We have a very, very strong retail component to our shareholders. We've added to our institutional base. We've acquired 3 tremendous projects where we've had published 624 million barrel oil equivalent P50 recoverable volume, which translates in current pricing to about 9.4 billion PV10 P50. Now, compare that to any company out there over the last 12 months has done the same, and I challenge you to find anybody better.
Can we also hear from Peter?
I'm also very thrilled with what we've managed to achieve in the last year. Particularly exciting is the combination and the balance that we've achieved with our shareholder base. Having institutions behind us is very important, and a strong retail following is something that the board of directors really appreciates and cherishes. The relationships that we've had with our partners, both in Belize and Denmark, have really flourished. We're excited with the fact that we've achieved and accomplished what we've set out and promised that we would do. And it's always a good feeling when you could look back at the end of the year and say that you've met and exceeded your objectives. And I really feel that New World, the board, especially the executive directors, have exceeded the objectives we've set ourselves. So I could say from myself that it's been a very satisfying year.
Fine words, Peter. Thank you. And if George is available, please.
As the third member of this team, I can say that I'm also very happy and very tired. It's been a year full of exciting travel, discovering 2 countries that I didn't know very well, establishing contacts, friends, and doing a lot of work that has gotten to this point where we are now. We've done a lot of seismic, we've done a lot of interpretation, we've set up a base camp, and the work just keeps going on, but we're on target, below budget, and looking forward very much to next year.
Thank you, George. Bill, on the 1st of May, you announced a new board appointment, Chris Einschkem. Can you tell us a bit about Chris and what he brings to the team, please?
Chris is a non-executive director, which plays a different role on our board than the executive directors. Chris is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the company, but he provides oversight and support as any other director would, but in the non-day-to-day capacity. Chris's background is he's a geoscientist. He's extremely strong technically. He's a career BP man. He is a geophysicist by training, and also he's very, very strong in business development. He's going to help round off all of our technical and business development aspects that the board will be considering moving forward. He's a very strong appointment.
Bill, if I could just press you a little further on this, why would a man like Chris Einschkem choose New? I'm sorry, I hope that's not a rude question.
I think Chris looked at us and he said, well, here's a pretty dynamic group, a very aggressive group, a group that's exceeding expectations. And I genuinely believe that Chris wants to be part of something to make a difference. I think he wants to, in the future, look back and say, I was part of that team on that board, and I helped make a difference. I think that's what motivates Chris.
Bill, on to Belize. I got to ask you, is it still raining in Belize? Because as you've seen here in the UK, it's raining pretty much every day now. Are you making good progress?
The weather in Belize is just fine, actually. It's the dry season right now. And as you've heard us say many times, it's a beautiful place, a wonderful country, and a great place to work. And where we're at right now with our progress is we have completed our phase 3 seismic, and it's in the process of interpretation. Following the interpretation will be an update to the CPR. We are on track with the timing of the delivery of the update to the CPR with respect to our last announcement, which is at or around the end of this month. We're very pleased with the progress in Belize. We've come up with a Phase 4 seismic program. Now, the Phase 4 is designed really to provide full coverage over the entire license area. The reason for that is we want to make sure that no stone remains unturned. We're delighted with the progress, the quality of data, the way the data is interpreting out. We have no surprises and nothing but delight. We're all smiles. Good progress, and we're on schedule.
Let's move to Jutland. How's that going?
Jutland, the same thing. It's a little bit wetter there. But we're actually ahead of schedule, under budget. We've completed our Phase 1 seismic in Jutland, and the data quality is tremendous. This has been something we've undertaken, the seismic testing program. Initially, we actually determined that we could change or alter our seismic acquisition design as a function of early testing, which drove down cost and provided no compromise in data quality. The results of the data quality are about 50 to 75% greater than what we expected. And that's largely due to our contractor that we use and then their willingness to work with us in terms of flexibility and design of acquisition. And our team on the ground did a tremendous job. I have never worked with a better geoscience team than the one we have. So we're ahead of schedule, under budget. We've completed Phase 1 in Jutland. The data is presently with RPS, and as we've stated last time in our last announcement, on or about the same time as Belize, we'll be announcing the results of the Jutland CPR. And this will be a CPR update.
Bill, can you remind me, please? I know the acreage is big in Jutland, but how big is big?
It's 1,014,000 acres. It's a huge area. It basically cuts a big swath out of central southern Jutland in western Denmark, and it's all onshore. It's a tremendous area. It's just a beautiful place. The Danish are wonderful people. They love their country. They're very kind to us, and fortunately, the contractors and our team on the ground have interacted with them in a very, very effective way.
And Bill, your third project, Donica Resources, as announced on the 17th of April, where are we with that one?
It's the second project in Denmark, the third project of the company that we completed within the last 12 months. Donica Resources is a huge area. It's about 1.67 million acres. It's a vast area in southeastern Denmark, in the Baltic region. And it sits on the far western edge of what we call the Sztyk Fairway, which is a prolific producing sequence starting from Poland through Germany across the Baltic Sea. Where we're at today is we've completed the project as of or effective 1st of March, and we've agreed a forward plan with our partner, the Danish North Sea Fund. And we're waiting for official appointment as operator by the Danish Energy Authority. And once that is given to us, what we'll do is we'll then officially present a work program followed by our bidding process, which produces transparency with respect to who we plan to use for seismic data acquisition. Agree with our partner, advise the DEA, and then submit an AFE, which then our partner and ourselves will jointly fund into our joint account, and will commence seismic operations. We expect commencement of seismic operations to begin sometime by late summer, with completion and full interpretation and an update to our CPR by the middle end of the third quarter this year. I think by far we're the largest license holder in Denmark at this stage, onshore. And the Donica Resources project in Denmark, it's a tremendously exciting project for us because if you'll recall from the first CPR which RPS generated with regard to their opinion as to its prospectivity, came with a ready-made, drill-ready prospect, of which they reported 1.4 TCF P50 recoverable volume in the Rodligen and about 97 million barrels P50 in the Sztyk carbonates. So with that kind of potential at a 1 in 5 risk right out of the blocks, with our track record and history of de-risking, I think you'll see us be effective at further de-risking this to the point where we'll with different volumes and values and sizes, an analog, if you will, to Belize, which is an effective process of drawing us closer to a discovery. The values of these volumetrics that RPS has reported are about 2.4 billion when you sum up the Rodligen and the Sztyk, or effectively broken out as individual horizon potentials in the P50 category. About $1 billion PV10, P50 in the Sztyk, and about $1.4 billion PV10, P50 in the Rodligen. So delivering this project to the company, we've done the company a tremendous service by exposing ourselves to incredible upside with a lot more work to go to further de-risk it prior to drilling.
Can you just please remind me what's coming up in the next 2-3 months?
Well, again, Belize, we've got one more phase 4 of seismic to acquire and interpret. In Jutland, we'll be entering into phase 2 seismic here shortly. And in Danica Resources in the Baltic region, we'll be entering into our phase 1 seismic program. At the completion of each seismic program, we will do an update to our existing CPRs. Following the update, we'll announce that. We're just very excited about all these projects. You've seen the volumetrics and values reported in Belize and in Danica Resources in the Baltic region. You know, we're really, really excited moving forward, and really grateful that our shareholders are behind us, because this is a 7-day-a-week, 24-hour day job, trust me, doing it the way we're doing it. And we've attracted an incredible team and an equally incredible set of shareholders. And we're just tremendously excited moving forward.
Bill, I know you genuinely feel what you've just said, and thank you for that. I also know you've got something coming up rather special towards the middle of the year.
That's right. It's an evening with our shareholders. It's right now planned for the end of June, and it's a night where we'll have all the executive directors present, hopefully all of our non-executive directors present. A lot of our advisors will be there, and we'll be putting the word out shortly to all the shareholders. It's a night designed to bring the shareholders closer to us. Now, that's not to be interpreted as that we want to bring the shareholders inside. We've never done that. We won't. What it's designed to do is to share with them our projects, where they're going, to give them a clear understanding of our work program, and to share with them our passion for their investment, which is ours. We're focused on delivering to our shareholders because we share in that benefit. Every day we wake up with complete excitement and passion for what we do. And it's shown in our results, in our CPR, in the last year. Look at it. And moving forward with this investor presentation, we're going to have an opportunity to get a little bit more up close and personal with all the projects and give everybody the time they need to have a full understanding of what it is we're doing, why, and what the value that we're targeting to create. And hopefully everyone will leave that night with a very strong impression that we're the right company to be invested in.
Okay, well, that concludes today's podcast. Thank you, Bill, Peter, and George. I wish you a safe journey wherever you're heading.